Hey traders, welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. As always, I'm your host Akil Stokes, professional currency trader and head trading coach over at tier1trading.com. Today's episode is all about balance, and well, maybe it's because I'm a Libra and just the zodiac signs always have worked that way for me, but I've always believed that there is a balance in life, there is a balance in trading, meaning that there is a give and a take. You can't have one thing without sacrificing another. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode. We're also going to talk about finding your perfect trade and the importance of doing so. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. Question number 3. Rolling through these questions here. Let me bring up my email real quick. But it was a question about, this is going to be an interesting one. Question from a trader. I don't know if he's in here today. He is. Nice. Question from a trader says, Akil, I've been noticing a particular pattern while backtesting. However, I can never get involved inside of the trade because the pattern does not meet the rules of engagement for the Greystone trend continuation second chance entry. The retracement into the kill zone is the rule which is not met when the pattern / setup occurs. The market moves 100 pips. How can I capitalize on this setup without breaking the rules? And I want to start off by saying this. This is normal. It is 100% normal to see moves in the market that you cannot take advantage of. Understood? We can go back to how everything in the market has a give and a take, right? So Jason Greystone just wrote in, become more aggressive, right? The more aggressive the trader you are, do you think you're going to catch more or less trading opportunities? More, right? The more aggressive you are, meaning the more aggressive your approach, the more trading opportunities you will catch. Do you think you're going to get higher or lower quality trading opportunities? Lower quality. And I don't want you guys thinking by lower quality, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad trades. They're not bad trades. They're good trades because they meet your plan. But essentially what you're getting is less confirmation. The market is giving you less clues that it's likely to go in your direction. There's nothing wrong with being an aggressive trader, right? At the end of the day, is your expectancy positive? If you can make money being super aggressive, that's fine, because guess what? You're going to catch all of the trading opportunities that the trader waiting for confirmation isn't, right? But just understand what you're getting into, right? The more aggressive you are, the more opportunities you're going to catch, the more losing opportunities you're going to catch as well. Now, if you're a super conservative trader, do you think you're going to catch more or less trading opportunities? Listen to episode 20 on the back. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Analytics. You're right. Yeah. If you're a super aggressive trader or super conservative trader, excuse me, you're going to catch less trading opportunities. However, you will probably filter out what? And yes, I do use money management in my trading. Of course. You will probably filter out more of the losses. Now, which one is the right way to trade? What should you do? Should you be more aggressive and catch all the winners but catch more losses? Should you be super conservative and catch less winners but also catch less losses? What do you do? There's a famous entertainer named Dwayne Johnson. Some of you may know him as The Rock. who once used to have a phrase that said, "It doesn't matter." Doesn't matter what you do. All that matters is that you're consistent in what you do. And when you develop your trading plan, you accept the pros and the cons. Right? And one of the things that we when we accept the pros and the cons, I guess we have to shift that mindset that we're going to be able to catch every trade. Right? If you're a more conservative trader, you're going to have to accept that you may see, right? You may see moves that look like this. Straight up moves in the market that look juicy, appetizing. And you may have no way to get involved. And it's painful. Sometimes it stinks. But that is the consequence, right, of deciding to trade the way that you trade. Vice versa, if you're a super aggressive trader and you take a move like this and it skunks you out right away and you take a big loss, guess what? That's the consequences of you deciding to trade the way that you trade. Now, if that being said, we always talk about evolving as a trader. Jason did a great video, Trading Edge 66, I believe, 65 or 66, where he talked about tracking your trades, continuing your education for the future. Right? The self-review one. This is where the self-review comes in handy. We always talk about reviewing your trading day. Each and every day or each and every week, you should be going back through the markets, through the trades you took, through the trades you didn't take. Look for opportunities. And I like to say, plan out your perfect trade. Write down, okay, perfect scenario, right? Perfect scenario, I would have gotten involved right here. And then ask yourself, what can I have used to get involved at this level? Or perfect scenario, I would have gotten involved right here, right at these lows. And ask yourself, what can I have done? And write it down. Now, how could I get involved in this trade? Do you see anything here? How can I get involved in this move? Is there anything here that I can use to get involved? Well, the trader mentioned that he uses the Jason Greystone second chance entry technique, which is the higher high, higher close, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please correct me. Here's your higher high, higher close candle right here, this green one. Right? So this would be your entry. And this is the hindsight perfect trade, where you're walking through the markets and you're saying, you're looking in hindsight, you know it won, and you're asking yourself, okay, how could I get involved in that? Because there's nothing wrong with doing that. Now, if you're back testing and only picking out perfect trades, that's a problem. But there's nothing wrong from educational purposes, right, of finding the perfect trade. See what works. So now here's the issue, right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I believe the trader is in here. You're looking at stops below previous structure here. You're looking at targets at a retested previous structure high. Obviously, something's not going to work out, right? The reward looks like this. I can't even draw it out. It's that small. The risk looks like this, right? Not a good risk-reward scenario. Would you guys agree? Yeah. And if I'm correct, that is the problem. And the trader is saying that the retracements in these type of moves, this is a heavy trending move, right? The problem is that in a heavy trending move, right, when we're in a strong trend, are retracements, the pullbacks, going to be more shallow or more deep? They're going to be more shallow, right? And that's the problem, right? How can I catch this heavy trending move? I want to catch this heavy trending move, but it doesn't meet my plan because the retracements are so shallow that it doesn't provide me for an opportunity to get in with a quality risk reward. And this is the main problem between, not main problem, the main difference between what we call a trend continuation trader and a trend following trader. A trend continuation trader, which is what we call it because it's a trending technique that we do, but we don't necessarily take targets like a trend trader. A trend continuation trader is looking for safe targets, right? And your safest targets are at a retest of previous structure highs, right? What do you think a trend following trader is shooting for? They're shooting for, right? Really a continuation in the trend. They're shooting for an extension. So instead of having targets here, right? Their targets may be all the way up here. And in this case, what do they have? They have a positive risk reward. Now, what's the problem here? What's the give and the take here, guys? Well, the problem is this, right? In order to make profit, you need price action to break past a danger level. If you're someone that is very high on structure and you are uncomfortable with price action breaking through previous structure resistance in order to get your targets, this is probably not going to fit well with your psyche. But guess what? You can't have both. You can't have the best of both worlds. If you want to be involved in these heavy trends, these strong trends, you've got to be a trend following trader. You guys have seen me do this plenty of times in the live room. I do this on almost a daily basis where you see me look at a trade. I'm like, this is a perfect trend following trade. I can't take it unless we get a deep pullback. So if you want to get involved in high trending moves like this, you're going to have to change the type of trader you are. You're either going to have to increase your targets, right? So that you're catching the extension, or perhaps decrease your risk, right? Take a much smaller risk. Instead of taking a stop loss below your previous structure, maybe you take a stop loss right below your most recent swing, right? Right below this level right here. Make sense, guys? But whatever you do, there's going to be a sacrifice. I think that's the main point that I want to get across, right? Whatever you do, there's going to be some type of sacrifice. In order to gain a trading opportunity, you're going to have to give up a safer stop loss. In order to gain a larger potential profit target, you're going to have to give up the safety of removing money at structure. And it's going to be great when it wins. When it loses, right? When you look for that trending situation like this, and you're shooting for targets up here, and price action comes and double tops and stops you out, you're going to be mad. But guess what? That's the choice you made. You have to accept that. You have to accept that. Same thing with a good example, again, is for those who take single targets. How many of you guys take single profit targets? For you guys that take single profit targets, it's great when the price action comes to your level, gets you out of the trade, and then reverses, right? You're like, whew, took it off. However, when the market extends and it rolls up a million pips above where you took profits at, you're probably hurting a little bit, right? You're probably like, oh man, I wish I could have caught that move. Well, you could have if you take secondary profit targets. But guess what? When the market does something like this, you would have been more profitable taking a single target. And now you're going to be upset. You just have to deal with it. You have to accept the balance. You have to accept that there's a give and a take to everything in life. It's the same thing in life in general, right? When you spend time doing something, you give up time doing something else. Right? You're going to spend time at the gym working on your summer body. You just gave up an hour that you could have used trading. Right? Always a give and a take. Now, one more option. If you want to be involved in heavy trending moves, but you don't necessarily want to switch up your whole risk, and I just did a course on this, so I recommend just wake up an hour earlier. Guess what? You wake up 1 hour earlier, guess what you sacrifice? You sacrifice an hour of sleep. You still gave up something. There's no way around it. You're always giving up something. You gave up an hour of sleep. So it's all about what you value. All about what you value. Some of you guys value sleep. Yep, opportunity cost. 2 hours less TV. Some people value TV. Look, I highly value watching a few hours of TV with my wife at night. We don't get a lot of time together. So I have a heavy value on sitting down and catching up on some TV series, right? I will gladly sacrifice that time of recording a podcast episode or reviewing a chart to spend with my family. Right? There's no way around it, guys. When you have a set amount of time and you cannot gain any more, there is always a sacrifice. And that's what life is. It's about balancing time. The problem is most people don't know how to balance time. They spend all the time doing stuff they want to do and no time doing stuff they don't want to do. And they never get anywhere in life. But it's all about balancing. Same thing. You can do the food, diets, right? Same thing. You want to quit something cold turkey? Probably going to pay for it. All about balance. So as you can see, I don't really believe in perfection. I think that's one of the things that stops us from achieving our goals. We want to be perfect, where in reality, being perfect is finding something that perfectly works for us. And that means sacrificing, whether you're sacrificing pips, whether you're sacrificing time, whether you're sacrificing your sanity. It's all about give and take. It's all about a balance. So if you can go into trading, if you can go into life with that mindset, I think it's going to do you wonders as far as you achieving your ultimate goals. Hey guys, just wanted to pop in real quick before that next episode starts up. If you're anything like me, you're probably binge watching or binge listening these episodes, so you've got it on autoplay. But just want to remind you of something new that we started doing over at tier1trading.com, and that is the 14-day trial membership. So for 2 weeks, you have the opportunity to get on our platform, test out our software, join us in the live room, see what our community members are doing. And well, if you're someone that's been on the fence about trading and is it for you, I think you're going to be surprised by what you get to witness, mainly because it is completely different than what you're hearing on the internet. No gold watches, no fancy cars, no telling you you're going to get rich quick. You're going to get to see the down and dirty, the grittiness of what it takes to become a consistently profitable trader. And if you're anything like me, then you respect that honesty and you respect the hustle. So head over to tier1trading.com. You'll see it on the homepage. Click that 14-day trial, start your membership, and I'll see you guys on the platform.